Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. What if I was to tell you that money is a trap? It's a scheme, it's a way to control you, to enslave you. And they propose this as something that will give you freedom, but it really is enslaving you to a system, a greedy system of very wealthy and powerful people. Now, gold and silver is a direct threat to fiat currency, which is the dollar bill. That's why gold and silver are swept under the rug so easily. Banks, shady banks like JP Morgan, the Dutch bank, which have been caught spoofing, placing false buy orders on these exchanges, just go speak and try to manipulate and control markets behind the scenes. Now, there's proof of this. This isn't a conspiracy theory. There's some of their employees are facing prison time because of this. So the dollar is worthless. It's based off of a system that's trying to get ourselves out of debt, but replacing it with more debt. It's like trying to pay off a credit card with another credit card, with another credit card. And eventually, it's going to fall. It's going to collapse. The dollar has already lost 98% of its purchasing power due to hyperinflation. Now, when I'm talking about real money, gold and silver is real money. See, it doesn't even matter what spot price is attached to these coins because the real value of the coin is the metal content inside of it. So I hope that in return you can see what what really matters when you're investing. See, stock markets are pegged to the fiat currency, so is real estate, so are options markets, futures contracts, etc. So you don't want to be heavily invested into something that's collapsing, right? That's why gold and silver is such a prime alternative. The United States is $24 trillion in debt already, and we're actually gaining more debt faster. It's not get the problem isn't getting fixed. It's actually getting worse. And for example, J.P. Morgan is actually borrowing money from the Federal Reserve. Who does that? What bank has to tap into the Federal Reserve, and why? Why? That's crazy. There's an article I might go over with stating this and going over the article talking about this, but it's interesting to see how money brings out the worst in people in its true evil form. It's pure evil. That's why gold and silver is such a freeing investment. See, when I'm talking about your dollar bills becoming worthless, it's a true statement. I mean, what you can buy with, let's say back in the 50s, what you could buy with $10,000 is drastically less than what you can buy with today, and in 50 years from now, it's going to be drastically less than what you can buy with today. Like today, you can get a Tesla for 30, 40,000. In 10, 20 years from now, you won't be able to afford a Tesla for 30, 40,000. It's just not going to happen. The purchasing power of the dollar is depreciating. So that's why we store our money into precious metals. We preserve our money. You're not throwing your money away. You're transferring it into something that holds its value over time. So is money really a trap? Are we really stuck if we are investing into the dollar? And I say investing into the dollar because if you are storing, keeping, holding your dollar bills, then you are investing into the dollar. You have faith into this currency. And most people do, unwillingly and unknowingly, but they do. See, I'm trying to break the stigma, break the standard for people to understand that there is an alternative. And I use the word alternative because gold and silver is an alternative to the dollar. It's a hedge against inflation, but you're also preserving your wealth against the dollar. What you could buy 50 years ago with is drastically different than what you can buy today and will be in 50 years from now. See, money is losing its value and its purchasing power, and there's nothing we can do about it. The system is collapsing. The system is collapsing. And are you going to stand on the sidelines and watch everyone else fall too with it? Or are you going to step up and invest into your future? It's as simple as going on AppMex and clicking buy. It's that simple. But most people overcomplicate it. They aren't ready, or they contemplate or procrastinate. And this is going to be the difference between you having a very wealthy future financially or a very hard future financially, or none at all. See, there is ways to invest and diversify, and because money is the most liquid asset. You need money. You need dollar bills. You need dollar bills. There's no way around it. For food, water, and shelter, you definitely need dollar bills, but it doesn't mean that that's the safest or the best thing to keep all your money in. You can branch out. And don't think that this is just happening in rich countries like America. Don't think this is just happening in the US and Canada, in China. This is happening even in third world countries. There's countries where their money is so worthless they carry their money in trash bags. In trash bags. And they weigh their money on scales because their money is so worthless, so oversaturated. So it's almost that, and that's why there's so many cashless nations appearing nowadays. That's why everyone is swiping a card. Everything's a swipeable card nowadays. This is not anything new, but some people just are not ready to accept it. Money is deceptive. Money is a lie. Money is a scam. Money is the root of all evil. Money is pure evil. But gold and silver are real value. See, your coins have value inside of them. It's not the spot price of that coin is irrelevant, because that's pegged to $1. A system is falling. The 1 ounce of silver that's inside of that coin, that's where the value lies. See, people don't really see this, and it's hard to step outside and see the bigger picture. But if you can, even for an instance, even for a glimpse, you can start to see what I'm talking about. Money is what you make of it. The true value of money is where wealth lies. And people who are rich, that can be, you can be rich off dollar bills, but you can't be wealthy off dollar bills. Wealth comes with investments. Wealth is generational. Wealth is investing into gold and silver, into real estate, into stock markets, maybe even cryptocurrency. That's where wealth comes from. You can be rich, but be broke within a year. Why do you think people that win the lottery, they're broke within a year, not even sometimes? Because riches come and go, but wealth stays. And silver stacking is a preservation. You're preserving your wealth into something that holds its value. It's like putting your money in a time capsule. Like I said, when your coins, or when your silver in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, it's still going to hold its value. But your dollar bills 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now will have drastically depreciated in value. And that's why it's so important to invest into that and not just invest into the dollar. Are you invested into gold and silver? Are you invested into the dollar? Because the dollar is based off of faith. Why do you think JP Morgan and shady banks that have been caught spoofing and manipulating the markets are asking money from the Federal Reserve? That's crazy. This is unheard of. We're $24 trillion in debt, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's going to get worse, and it's not getting better anytime soon. It's actually getting worse and worse and worse. This is crazy. It's usually, the problem should be, if there's a problem, you should be working on fixing it. But in this situation, the problem isn't getting fixed. It's actually getting worse, and it's getting more severe and more. It's something that everyone's going to be different. There has to be a different system in place. Financially, there has to be something new in place. I don't know if it's cryptocurrency, because it's in very beta stage, and there's a lot of wrongs with cryptocurrency. So there is no solution yet. All there is an alternative, and I hope that you can see precious metals as that alternative, because that can be the difference between you having a great future financially or a very poor future financially. So anyways, just to recap, money is worthless. You might as well throw it away. Your dollar bills, like I said though, are the most liquid asset. You need your money for food, water, and shelter, but you definitely need an alternative, which can be gold and silver, and I hope you see that. We're $24 trillion in debt. Money is definitely the root of all evil, but you can make benefit of it. You can learn how to make benefits of it, invest appropriately, successfully, and become wealthy. And there is a difference between riches and wealth. And just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford to buy it. Just because you can buy something does not mean you can afford to buy it. Afford to buy it. There's a big difference. Sometimes you might be able to buy a Tesla, but you can't afford to buy a Tesla. It's just because then you're going to be living from paycheck to paycheck again, having to eat at McDonald's instead of going out and having very hard times paying your rent just for a car. You have to learn how to separate your wants versus your needs. Money can come and go, but wealth stays forever. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. This was Silver Slayer. Make sure to smash the like button. I'm also doing a giveaway. I'll be probably announcing the winner tomorrow, so make sure you enter if you want a chance to win some free silver. Who wouldn't? Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new because I do post daily videos. I'm out. Peace.